Hello everyone and welcome back to this Python programming course where you are going to learn everything you need to get started programming in Python. This is the second video of the project series during which we are going to work on multiple programs which will enable us to put to practice all what we've learned so far. In this video, we are going to be implementing the concept of dictionaries, functions, modules and files in Python. So let's get started. So we will jump right into the first exercise where we have write a Python program to count the number of characters in a string. Like in this program, we are required to count the number of occurrences of each character in a string. So let's follow the instructions and get the program created. Firstly, we have to create a function in which all the operations will be done. So here we have def char frequency str1, which is our string. So our function will be character frequency. So to determine the number of occurrences of each character in a given string, and str1 is our parameter here. So next we have create a dictionary that will store each character and its frequency. So for that we simply write frequency dict equals to an empty dictionary. For the next step we have write a for loop to iterate each character in the word. We have for x in str1. Then write a conditional statement to verify if the character is already in the frequency dictionary. So here we have if x in frequency dictionary. So what we are trying to do at this point is we want to check whether a given character is already found in the frequency dictionary. If it is found in the frequency dictionary, then its value has to be incremented from the previous frequency. But if it is not found in the frequency dict, then it should be added. So the next step will be then increment the value of character by 1 if it is already present in the frequency dictionary. We later on have to write an else statement if the above condition is not fulfilled. That is, if the character is not found in the frequency dictionary. So we have else, and as an essential factor we assume 1 to be the value of that character, meaning that this is the first occurrence of this character in our string. Therefore we are adding it with the value of 1 in our frequency dictionary. So we later on have to use the return statement to return the final frequency dictionary. So here we have return frequency dictionary, and once that is done we have to print the results by passing a word as argument to the function created. So here we have print character frequency google.com. So at this point I'll clear off the comments. So here we have our final code with our function char frequency, our string str1 as parameter, the statement that constitute our code. Then we have our final print statement, print char frequency, then we pass a string as argument. So if we save this and run, so we have as output a dictionary with keys G, O, L, E, C, M and a dot. So G occurs 2 times, that's the value of G, O 3 times, L 1 time, E 1 time, the dot 1 time, C 1 time and M 1 time. So this was our objective as far as writing this code was concerned, and therefore the program works perfectly. So at this point we'll move to the next program. For the next exercise we will be working on a guessing game. We have to write a program that asks the user to guess a number between 1 and 99 until the user guesses the right number. So let's follow the instructions and get the program created. Firstly, we have to import the random module. We will be generating a random number between 1 and 99. So as such, we therefore need to import the random module. Next, we have to create a variable that will store the random integer to be guessed. So we have n equals to random.ranint 1 to 99, and as we saw in our previous videos, this is how you generate a random integer from 1 to 99. Next, we are going to create a variable that will store the integer entered by the user. For that we have guess equals to int input enter an integer between 1 and 99. Recall that anything that's sent into an input is being considered as a string. So to have it considered as an integer, we have to implicitly add the int method. So next we have write a while loop to continue looping until the user gets it successfully. So here we will be using while true to generate an infinite loop, and we'll make sure that in our code we have statements to enable us to break out of this loop once the user guesses the right number. So next we have write a condition to verify if the guess is less than the random number to be guessed. We have if guess less than n, then print your guess is low. After printing your guess is low, we will ask the user to try again by entering a new integer. So we have next we have an elif statement to verify if the guess is greater than the random number. So we will simply do the same thing here by printing your guess is high and asking the user to try another time. Finally, we are going to have a statement to print you guess it right if the user guessed the word correctly. So as a final step, we have to break out of the loop. For that, we have to use the break statement. So at this point, I'll clear up the comments and we will save and run our code. So here we have enter an integer between 1 and 99. I enter 50, say your guess is low. 60, your guess is low. 80, your guess is high. 75, your guess is high. 70, your guess is high. 65, your guess is low. Then 67, you guessed it right, and the program ends. So this is exactly what we wanted the program to do, and with that done, we can move to the next program. So as far as the first two programs are concerned, we've been able to work our way through conditional statements, looping structures, modules, and dictionaries. So let's move right to the next exercises. The third exercise is pretty short, but it's for us to practice the concept of files in Python. Here, we have to write a program that reads content from one file and writes it into another file. So let's follow the instruction and get the program created. Firstly, we have to open the file you want to read content in reading mode. So here we have with open input file.txt in reading mode as input file. Then open the file where you want to write the content in writing mode. Next, we have to use a for loop to read each line of the content in the input file. And finally, we have to write each line in the output file. So with this done, let's create our input file.txt and add some text into it, which will be copied into our output file.txt. So let's get that done. So here is the input file.txt I just created. You can populate your own with anything that you want. So I'll close this and run my program. So if I save this and run, so at this point I have wiped out the comments and made a few code modifications. So we have with open input file.txt read mode as input file, with open output file.txt write mode as output, for line in input file output.write line, and make sure your code is saved in the same folder as your input file. So once that is done, we can save our program and run. So here we see that nothing happens, but our program has actually been executed well. If we look in our file, we see that our output file has been created, and if you open it, you have, so here is our input file. All this will be sent to the output file. So we are in our output file, but all this is present there. So everything has been copied successfully from the input file to the output file. So with this, we've done some more practice as far as files are concerned, how to read from a file and then write it into another file line by line. So let's go right away into our last program. So for this last exercise, we have to write a program that reads a dictionary and write the dictionary to a file in Python. So as first step, you have to create a dictionary that you want to write inside a file. So for that, we simply have details, name, gitworks, h5, language Python, country Cameroon. So as next step, we have to open the file in write mode. That is to open the file where we want to print this dictionary in write mode. So for that, we have with open my file.txt in the write mode as F. Then we have to write a for loop with key value pair that will iterate through each key value pair for each pairs in our dictionary. So for that, we write for key value in details.item. We later on have to use the f.write function to write the output in the form of a string into our file. So for that, we have f.write %s colon %s \n, then %key and value. So at this point, I'll clear off the comments and restructure the code. So when this is done, you simply save your code and you run. So here again we see that nothing happens, but our code has actually been executed. Well, so if we close this and we open our files, we have a new file, my file, that is being created. So if we open my file, we will have the key value pairs from our dictionary being printed here. So we have name Gitworks, age 5, language Python, country Cameroon. So with this program, we've been able to test our abilities to work with dictionaries and then to write a dictionary into a file. So this is basically it for this video. In our next set of videos, we will be taking you through concepts of object-oriented programming. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope the live practical exercises were very exciting for you, and we hope to see you in the next videos. See you soon.